Hi students, how are you? Welcome to my channel Doctor's Physics, and in this video we are going to study about the applications of Gauss law. And in these applications of Gauss law, now we are going to see about the electric field due to the uniformly charged solid sphere. The electric field due to uniformly charged solid sphere, and that too conducting sphere. There is a lot of difference between conducting and non-conducting. Conducting means the charge will be only on the surface of the body. Non-conducting means the charge will be spread throughout the volume. Now we are seeing only for a conducting body. Now this is a solid sphere and I gave a charge q. When I gave charge q, the charge will be only on the surface. Therefore the charge is only on the surface. That means inside the solid sphere, what is the charge? Inside the solid sphere, the charge is 0. Okay. Now I am going to find electric field density because of the solid sphere at a point outside the sphere. Second one, on the surface. And third one, inside the sphere. Okay, first I am assuming a point which is outside the sphere. And they told to find the electric field intensity at this point P. They told to find the electric field intensity at this point P, and this point P is outside this spherical body. And this point P is a distance smaller. Okay, I have to find the electric field at this point P. Now if I want to find the electric field by using the Gauss law, first of all I have to assume a Gaussian surface. Just imagine what is the best possible Gaussian surface to cover a spherical body. If I want to cover a ball, the best possible Gaussian surface is one more spherical surface. That means the best possible Gaussian surface is a spherical surface. I think this is clear. I am assuming Gaussian surface. The Gaussian surface area is, its shape is spherical surface. Okay. Now first of all, I assume the Gaussian surface L1 good. Second point, I have to find the charge enclosed. What is charge enclosed? What is charge present in this Gaussian surface? The charge present in this Gaussian surface is how much? The total charge is present is Q. And now what is the surface integral of ds? That means the area of the Gaussian surface. What is the area of the Gaussian surface? Surface area. This Gaussian surface is nothing but a spherical body of radius r smaller. Now what is surface area? The surface area is nothing but 4 pi small r square. Now use the Gauss formula. What is that? Q enclosed by epsilon naught must be equal to surface integral d E bar dot d S bar. What is Q enclosed? Q by epsilon naught must be equal to E into what is surface integral of ds? 4 pi r square. What is electric field? Q by epsilon naught. Send this 4 pi r square down this side. How much? 4 pi r square. There is nothing but adjusting. What you will get? Q by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. That is nothing but electric field is nothing but 1 by 4 pi epsilon is how much? K. Coulomb's constant. Therefore, K Q by R square. That is electric field at this point P. That is nothing but the shell theorem, right? Already explained what is the shell theorem. I have to assume as if this spherical body is as a point charge and this whole charge is present at this point Q. Then the electric field at this point because of this charge Q is K Q by R square. Already explained this one in shell theorem in previous videos. Okay. I got the electric field. What is the vector? It is a vector, right? What is the direction? The electric field will be in this direction. There is a direction of R bar. This is R bar. The position vector joining the center to the point P. This is R bar. What is the electric field direction? There is simply R cap. Where R cap is a unit vector. Along this R bar. That means this R cap will give me the direction of this R bar. This is the magnitude. And when I multiply this R cap, I will get the direction of electric field. Okay, I got it. Now the electric field, I am going to find the electric field on the surface. Now here. When I want to find the electric field on the surface, what do I have to do? Now I am assuming a point P on the surface. I'm assuming a point P on the surface. Now I have to assume a Gaussian surface again. What's the Gaussian surface? The Gaussian surface is nothing but a spherical surface. Like this. Always the Gaussian surface has to pass through the point. Therefore, now for this, that means when the point is on the surface, what is the Gaussian surface? The Gaussian surface is exactly the spherical surface having radius Kepler. I think that is clear. The Gaussian surface is, this is the Gaussian surface. The Gaussian surface has to always pass through the point. So this is the Gaussian surface. And this Gaussian surface now it is having a radius. What is the Gaussian radius of the Gaussian surface? Nothing but the radius of this shell, that is Kepler. That means when r is equal to Kepler, this one is when r is smaller is greater than Kepler. When smaller is greater than Kepler, that means the point P is outside this shell. When it is equal to Kepler, that means the point is on the surface. If what is charge enclosed? What is charge present in this Gaussian surface? That is Q. Next one, what is the area of the Gaussian surface? The surface area of the Gaussian surface is how much? 4 pi small r square. Here small r and capital both are same. Therefore 4 pi capital r square. Now use this formula. What is your charge enclosed? The charge enclosed is Q by epsilon naught must be equal to E into what is the surface area of the Gaussian surface? That is 4 pi capital R square. Therefore, what is the electric field? The electric field is nothing but same. That is KQ by 4 pi. Instead of small r square, now I am writing capital R square. 4 pi, KQ by capital R square. That means if they want to find the electric field on the surface, the electric field is KQ by capital R square. And if they want to find the electric field outside, it is KQ by small r square. Now by chance if they want to find the electric field at a point inside, that means small r is less than this capital R, where small r is the distance between the center and the point. Therefore, see here, I am using some point P here. And this point P is inside the shell. Now what is the distance from the center to this point? That is small r. Small r is less than this capital R. I think it is clear. Okay. Now what is the Gaussian surface? I have to assume a Gaussian surface in such a way that this point has to be on the Gaussian surface. That means like this. A spherical surface of radius r, small r. What is charge enclosed? It is a conductor. Conductor means the charge will be only on the surface. Inside the charge is 0. What is the charge present in this Gaussian surface? The charge is 0. If the charge is 0, what is the electric field? The electric field is 0. Outside, the electric field is KQ by small r square. On the surface, KQ by capital R square. And inside, the electric field is 0. I think this is clear. This is a solid sphere and it is a conducting. Or the same thing is for spherical shell. Even for spherical shell, the charges will be like this. Inside there is nothing, but for a spherical shell, the charge will be only on the surface. Please remember this. One more thing again I am saying you, for a solid sphere, conducting solid sphere and a spherical shell, for both, everything is same. Both are similar. The electric field, all these 3 points will be same for a conducting solid sphere and a spherical shell. Okay, sometimes the answers won't be like this in the form of Q. Answers will be like this in the form of sigma. What is sigma? Sigma is the surface charge density. There is nothing but what is charge? Q. Now what is the area? What is the area of this solid sphere? The area cross surface area is 4 pi capital R square. Therefore, instead of this charge Q, they will write sigma sometimes in this equation. Therefore, what is electric field here? If I wrote sigma, K by small r square in place of sigma, in place of charge, I can write sigma into 4 pi capital R square. K is nothing but 4 pi epsilon naught. 4 pi cancel out. if I want to write this electric field in terms of sigma, that is surface charge density, then sigma r square by small r square into epsilon naught. That is electric field. In place of charge, I kept sigma into 4 pi capital R square. Now here, K is how much? K is nothing but 4 pi epsilon naught. What is charge? In place of charge, I wrote sigma into 4 pi capital R square. 4 pi capital R square. Capital cancel off, 4 pi cancel. What is remaining? Therefore, the electric field is sigma by epsilon naught. And that is clear. In terms of sigma, electric field is sigma by epsilon naught, and in terms of charge, the electric field is K Q by capital R square. And here the electric field is 0. I think that is clear. Okay, now see the graph. This graph is very important. When small r is greater than capital R, that means when the point is outside, what is the electric field? The electric field is kq by small r square. R must be equal to sigma r square by epsilon small r square. When the point is on the surface, that means small r is equal to capital R, then the electric field is kq by capital R square, or is nothing but sigma by epsilon naught. If by chance, if r is less than capital R, that means the point is inside, then the electric field is 0. Now, what is the graph for this? What is the graph? The electric field versus the distance. Now, this is capital R. Now, when small r is equal to 0, what is the meaning of small r is equal to 0? That means the point is at the center. When the point is at the center, what is the electric field? The electric field is 0. Until when the electric field will be 0? The electric field will be 0 till it reaches the surface. That means if this is a spherical body, the charge at this point, the electric field at this point is 0. The electric field at this point is 0. The electric field at this point is 0. Electric field at this point is 0. But till when the electric field will be 0? Till it reaches the surface. That means till when small r is equal to capital R, till then the electric field is 0. When small r is equal to capital R, what is the electric field? When small r is equal to capital R, what is the electric field? The electric field is sigma by epsilon naught. Okay. When small r is equal to capital R, that means when the point is on the surface, the electric field is sigma by epsilon naught. And when small r is greater than capital R, then that means when the point is outside. Therefore, what is the electric field? The electric field is inversely proportional to r square. The electric field is inversely proportional to r square. That means as the distance is increasing, the electric field gradually decreases. Therefore, the graph will be like this. A curve. Here, the electric field is inversely proportional to 1 by r square. Till r, the electric field is 0. When it is r, the electric field is sigma by epsilon naught. After that, it is inversely proportional to the r square. Therefore, it is gradually decreasing. Therefore, this is a graph. I think this is clear. For a solid conducting solid sphere or a spherical shell, for both the same graph, the same solution. Because both will act like a same body. The solid sphere, connecting solid sphere, the charge will be on the surface, and a spherical shell, the charge will be on the surface. Both will act similar. Therefore, the conducting solid sphere or a spherical shell, if they are told to find the values, then we have to use the same formulas. Okay, now we will see the electric field will uniformly charge a solid sphere, but it is a non-conducting sphere. This is very, very important. Very, very important. Now see here. For a non-conducting body. What is the meaning of non-conducting? That means the charge will be spread throughout the body. That means this is a solid sphere and the charge is spread throughout the body. Throughout the volume, the charge is spread, and the charge is q. Now they told to find the electric field. The radius is small, capital. And now they told to find the electric field intensity at a point P outside the body. There is a point P. And the distance smaller. Now what is the Gaussian surface? This is a Gaussian surface. Therefore, what is charge enclosed in the Gaussian surface? The charge enclosed in this Gaussian surface is how much? Q. Now what is the surface area of this Gaussian surface? The surface area is how much? This Gaussian surface is nothing but a spherical body of radius smaller. Therefore, nothing but 4 pi smaller square. Therefore, what is the electric field? Use the formula, that is Q enclosed by epsilon naught must be equal to surface integral E bar dot ds bar. What is Q enclosed? Q by epsilon naught must be equal to electric field into what is the surface integral surface integral of ds is nothing but the cross sectional area of the Gaussian surface. Therefore, what is that? 4 pi smaller square. Therefore, what is the electric field? The electric field will get as kq by smaller square. When the point is outside, both conducting as well as non-conducting, both will give me the same electric field. Okay. When R is equal to capital R, this when R is greater than capital. If R is equal to capital, that means when the point is on the surface. When the point is on the surface, this is a Gaussian surface. When the point is on the surface, this is a Gaussian surface. So what is charge enclosed? Same, the charge enclosed won't change, that is Q. Inside this Gaussian surface, what is charge present? That is nothing but Q. What is the area of the Gaussian surface? The surface area of the Gaussian surface is 4 pi. Here, small r as well as capital R both are same. If I assume a point on the surface, the distance is smaller. The small r and capital R both are same. Therefore, what is surface area? 4 pi capital R. Now use the formula. Q enclosed by epsilon naught must be equal to surface integral E bar dot ds bar. For charge enclosed is Q by epsilon naught must be equal to E into what is the area of the Gaussian surface, that is 4 pi capital R square. Now what is electric field? Electric field you got as kq by capital R square. Even on the surface, even when the point is on the surface, the electric field is similar to the conducting sphere. Both are same. For conducting sphere, for non-conducting sphere, and the point is the electric field at a point outside on the surface, both are same. Only the difference is when the point is inside. Okay, now there is important. Now see here. When the point is inside, that is important. Now see here. Charge Q, and this charge is spread throughout the volume, and the radius is capital R. Now I am assuming a point inside this solid sphere, non-conducting solid sphere. That means charge is throughout the volume. I am assuming a point P here, and the radius of this point P is, that means the distance is from the center smaller. Now what is the Gaussian surface? This is a Gaussian surface. This is a Gaussian surface. Okay. Now observe carefully. In previous conducting body, the charge enclosed in this Gaussian surface is 0, because the charge will be only on the surface for a conducting, but it is non-conducting. That means the charge is spread throughout the volume. That means even in this Gaussian surface there will be some volume. There will be some volume. You guys will accept that? No. What is the charge present in this Gaussian surface? That is important. Okay, now see. For whole volume, what is the volume? 4 by 3 pi r cube. For whole volume, what is charge? The charge is q. And for this much of volume, what is the volume? The radius of the spherical body of radius smaller. For this much of volume, that is 4 by 3 pi smaller cube. What is the charge present? What is the charge present in this much of volume? That is q dash. Now divide them. That is, what is q dash? Divide them. What you will get? 4 by 3 cancel off, pi cancel off, only r cube by small r cube must be equal to q by q dash. What is q dash? It is nothing but r cube by r cube into small r cube. That is a charge. If q is a charge present in whole volume, then q dash is a charge present in this Gaussian surface. I think that is clear. The charge present in this Gaussian surface is q dash. There is nothing but the q enclosed. Okay, now what is the area of the Gaussian surface? Now this is the Gaussian surface, right? Okay, what is the area? The surface area is 4 pi small r square. This Gaussian surface is having a radius small r. Therefore the area is 4 pi small r square. If we use the formula, q enclosed is nothing but q enclosed by epsilon naught must be equal to surface integral E bar dot ds bar. Q enclosed how much? Q by capital R cube into small r cube by epsilon naught must be equal to electric field into what is area? What is the surface area of the Gaussian surface? That is 4 pi small r square. Therefore, what is electric field? What is electric field? R square, and here r in that r cube, r square will be cancelled off. What is remaining? R. Therefore, the electric field is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r cube into small r. That is electric field. That is electric field. The electric field, when a point is inside the body, then the electric field is q by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube into small r. That is electric field. Please remember this. Okay. I will draw the graph for this. Okay, now see here. When r is greater than capital R, what is the meaning of that? When the point is outside, then the electric field is q by, what is that? Kq by small r square. When point is on the surface, that means small r is equal to capital R, then the electric field is kq by capital R square. But when the point is inside this sphere, that means smaller is equal to smaller is less than capital R. That means the electric field you got as q small r by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. 1 by 4 pi epsilon is nothing but how much? That is nothing but k. Kq small r by capital R. Here the electric field is inversely proportional to r square. Here the electric field is directly proportional to r. Now see the graph, how the graph will be. Now observe carefully. Graph. The electric field versus the distance. These are. Okay, now see here. When small r is less than this capital R, when small r is less than capital R, that means when the point is inside, then the electric field is directly proportional to r. When the electric field is directly proportional to r, there is nothing but a straight line. Therefore, till r, it is a straight line. That means here electric field is directly proportional to r. Till small r is equal to capital R, till then the electric field is directly proportional to r. That means it is a straight line. Now when small r is equal to capital R, when it is small r is equal to capital R, that means at this point, then what is the electric field? The electric field is, it is k q by capital R square. When small r is equal to capital R, means at r, then the electric field is how much? Kq by capital R square. Now, when r is greater than this capital R, that means at this point, what happens? The electric field is inversely proportional to r square. That means as the distance is increasing, the electric field gradually decreases. Therefore, it is a curve. Therefore, electric field is inversely proportional to r square. Therefore, the graph for a non-conducting body is like this. The graph for a conducting body is like this. The graph for a conducting body is like this. The electric field, if this is r, the electric field inside the body is 0. But here the electric field inside the body is not 0. The electric field gradually increases from the center. At the center, the electric field is 0. As I'm moving towards the surface, the electric field gradually increases, and here it becomes maximum. Here on the surface it is maximum, that is kq by r square. After that, when I am moving out, the electric field gradually decreases. I think that is clear, the graph. Okay, I think this is enough. Okay, next video we will see the electric field intensity due to the two concentric shells, and we will solve one or two small problems, and we will end up that video. And if you guys have any doubt, maybe any topic, maybe 11th class, maybe 12th class, please mention my mail or my WhatsApp number, which is in the description, and within 24 hours all your doubts will be clarified. Thank you.